My name is Isaiah Maina Gaiduru Melek, and I'm a husband to one wife, and you will meet her in a second. And what I do basically is I'm a content developer. I'm also a visual artist, a film director, and also I do trainings and consultation for the above things that I've mentioned. So yes, that's what I do.
My name is Thelma Laura Shiundu Makoha Melek Gaiduru. Yes, I am an advocate of the High Court. I also bake, and I like to refer myself as the legal baker because I do both law and baking, and I'm generally a freelance advocate of the High Court. So we've been married for 4.5 years. We are going to our 5th year. We'll be 5 in February 18th. Yes.
So I think it's more or less our story never matches. I think all couples don't, but I'll tell my story, and she will tell her part of the story, because I think
Half.
yes, when I first saw her, probably she had not seen me, and when she had seen me, probably, I don't know, maybe I was thinking of someone else. But now this is how the story goes. The first time I actually saw her, we were in college. It's a school of ministry. We were learning the Bible, so tuseme tu ni kanisa hivi. But the first time I went to that class, and I was like, okay, I'm here to learn, alafu niende. I was very focused. I was not intending at all to date until nifike 35 years hapo. And then I saw this lady coming in, and then she just entered. She entered late, by the way. Hiyo siku aliingia late. So you thought
I was a?
Yeah, she entered late to emphasis. And then akaingia akakaa huko mbele. Nikadhani huyu ni mwalimu bana. Na huyu mwalimu ni myanga aje. Unajua? And then I just thought to myself, wow, it never crossed my mind that nitamkatia. Unajua, nimefikiria ni mwalimu and all those things. So ndio later during the class, I went, met her, asked her name, and then I realized kumbe huyu ni student tu kama mimi. Tuna learn tu, tunajaribu maisha na nini. So that's when I actually started my journey to pursue her. Yeah. And penye aliingilia box atawaambia.
Yeah, first we need to make it clear we were only teenagers. Yeah, we met at the Petrem School of Ministry. So yeah, I wasn't majorly focused on him. I hadn't even known he was in our class until later on as we continued, because there was another guy that we were crushing with each other. Yes, I was crushing on another person. He knows him. Yeah, so yeah, but eventually, after I got stonewalled by the other guy, I realized kumbe kuna other guys in the class.
Yani nilikuwa rebound, ndio?
Kitu kayo.
Ouch.
But you see, we weren't allowed relationships, so si ati ilikuwa kitu serious.
Yeah.
We weren't allowed to date, so we were just friends at the time, and then we grew in friendship because of praise and worship, of course. And yeah, he made a move. He made a move some time later, and I told him, what did I tell you? We can only be friends.
Mimi sijui kwa sababu mimi nilikuwa ndani ya relationship.
Yeah, alikuwa ndani, but mimi nilikuwa nilikuwa nimembrozone ile tu proper. So yeah, because I felt I was young. I wanted to experience life, and of course I'm kind of a rule follower. And I didn't want to be in a relationship at that time. Yeah, but we always spent the afternoons together. We went home together. Yeah, but as a group, we were a group of friends. So yeah, everyone was telling us, you two should be together, you two should be together. But of course he was definitely in kabisa.
Kijana anakula brotherhood hapo.
Anakula bro zone. Bro zone.
So kwa vijana ambao wanakula bro zone, be encouraged.
How
It
many
can
years?
happen, eh?
How many years ulikula bro zone? How many years?
Miaka kama 5.
Alikula miaka kama 5 bro zone.
I think there was a lot of factors that made us to have that situationship of bro zone and sister zone, because first of all of culture. I think culture was one of the major setback for us not to go ahead in the relationship, because you're wondering what will people say. First of all, we are just young. Of course your parents will come and tell you, hey, you guys, what are you doing? You should be studying and all those things. So there was a lot of that back and forth, and I understood her. I understood her situation. I understood what she was going through as a lady. First of all, when I was in even high school, I think I had the opportunity to experiment, because I was in a day school and I was in Jamu High. So hapo wasichana nilikuwa napatana nao like every day. Nilikuwa kwa dance group yenye tulikuwa tunaenda kwa shule za wasichana like every Saturday and Sunday, and nilikuwa nishaona wasichana wengi sana. So I think on my case I had experienced most of the things about ladies. I had made up my mind like the next girl I want to date will be my wife. Unaelewa? And for me to date her was like an easy flow for me, because I know what I want, and I was giving her time based on maybe she was in a boarding school. Now she had never experienced men, she had never experienced guys and all those things. So I having that understanding, I gave her that time to be able to grow as her, and I think that is one major thing that I can even encourage guys out there, like understand the background of your girlfriend or the person that you want to date. Give her that time to grow. Don't be in a hurry, like this one is not giving me what I want at the moment. Give her time, understand her background, and then you will be able to accommodate her more when you know what she has gone through and what she hasn't gone through. Yeah, so I think for that period of time we were able to break that cycle. After I think now that those 5 years, like we started, we met in 2010. So around 2014, 15, we broke that cycle of now we officiated our relationship, and now people could see us. Yeah,
it was official.
Yeah.
And also on my side, guys were his friends and our classmates. A group of friends were telling me, you need to get serious, this guy is gonna go. So I was like, hey, I've not, okay, I had now experienced different guys by that time, by 2015, 2014, and I was like, there's something different about this particular guy. I don't want him to go because I haven't met any other person like him. So I was like, I need to make up my mind. Plus also being spiritual and all, I had the conviction inside of me, and God had confirmed when I was 18 that Isaiah will be my husband. That is the weird bit. I was just not ready to take in that reality. But when now my friends were telling me, this guy is gonna go, you need to settle. Just tell him, yes, once and for all. That was a green light for me. I was like, yeah, I'm going all in. Yeah.
Yeah, sacrifices you kuwa, and mostly sometimes they are not per se that you are the one making them. Sometimes you find that people are the ones that are making those decisions for you. For example, when you have like single friends, you had single friends and all those things, you probably, because they are not understanding the new stage that you have gone through, they feel as though wewe unatuacha, but per se you want to be with them, but they, to some extent, they can't accommodate your new you, you know. So and of course you can't always be spoon feeding your friends, trying to follow them up, and you have this new stage of responsibility that you have to take care of. So you have to make those sacrifices. Like now you say, now nita chill out kiasi, and I built my relationship for at the moment, and then as ninaendelea new things will come up, yeah. Especially friends. I think that's a common thing I've had in relationships. Friends, usually there's that misunderstanding. Mara wanasema oh wanaringa, oh wanajionanga, unajua, but yeah, but we haven't had, yeah,
our friends are still our friends.
Yeah.
So that is, for us, it can't be equated to a sacrifice we've had to make.
Yeah.
Because our single friends are still our friends up to date.
Yeah.
Maybe one of the sacrifices we can mention is he had to work long distance. Yes. So I had to stay at home solo for several months and just negotiate and work out communication. Yeah. Yani you have to sacrifice and deliberately communicate with him every day, and he has to do the same also for me, because we want our marriage to work. So that is one of the biggest sacrifices for us that we have made, just having a long distance marriage. And also I'm very close knit with my family, and for me a sacrifice I had to make was just not going home so much. Like it was a reality check for me that manze, I am in a new home. Because I remember when we were newlyweds, there's a time I found myself going to our stage. I was like, where am I going? Like, I have a new house. Where am I going? Yeah, so that is, I can say that was a huge sacrifice for us.
I think one of the low moments was when I got into a car accident some few years ago. And I think
when you were about to propose.
Yeah, actually I was about to propose. I think I've mentioned this story again, but I was about to propose. I was making my shughulis, ninapanga kununua ring na nini and all those things. Alafu kidogo tu shetani akatembea, nikagongwa na gari, broke my legs. So I was admitted to Hosi, and bado nilikuwa
and you had surgery.
Nikafanywa several surgery. I think there were three.
There were three.
Were three, moja sijui kushono and stuff, kuwekwa nini machuma and stuff. So there was a lot of nini that took place, but still I had still that heart, or rather I had that desire to still propose at that particular time. So even after that particular whole month nimengangana, hata siwezi tembea, I made sure I got the rings. At least I had the advantage of people because of pia hiyo kuhurumia and all that. Una take advantage, oh situende hapa nini, and then I eventually got my ring, and then I was planning to propose on it was our best couple. They were wedding, so I wanted to party. It was very important I proposed during that nini, so I thought there would be a party and all those things, so I wanted to propose that particular day. So that was actually a very low point for us, and there was that challenge because she was still working, and she was trying to juggle in between work and trying to visit me. and because we are not married, she will have to go back home, and anaishi the other side of dunia. Mi nilikuwa naishi side ya Kikuyu, she was staying at Utawala. So imagine commuting all that time for almost several months, because I think I got well around for 6 months. I was still nini, but the good news was I was able to propose with my handicapness. And we went through the hard time. Yes. Well, first of all, I can say that just because people disagree doesn't mean that it's wrong to disagree. Okay. You could be like, I have found that there are situations that when I assess that probably I was wrong and she was right, and maybe we were both right, but we disagreed, but the answer was right this way and the answer was right this way. So I truly think that when you are solving issues, it's a matter of first assessing what is your argument and why do you want to win. Yeah. Why do you want to win that argument? Why is it so important for you to win this argument? And when you assess and you see that there is no point for actually winning this argument, it's something like ni kama kitu ya mmekosana juu kijiko imeanguka. Like, sio mimi niliangusha, labda ni paka iliangusha. So sisi yeye ako right, nani aliangusha? Unajua kuna mtu aliangusha, wewe unasema si wewe, unajua, and all those things. I don't have to be right. I can always go pick up that kijiko, niekelee mahali, and we have solved the conflict. Yeah. And I think in even simple conflicts or major conflicts, whether ikuwe ni stories za gari, kununua gari, whether ikuwe ni ya nini, gari ni chuma. Get to see the bigger picture of it's either your relationship or the things around you. Kwa sababu eventually hata kama mtu amekosana juu ya land, maybe I made a wrong decision about buying a land, yeah, and then maybe your land tumeibiwa sisi, yeah, and at the end of it all, it is about our love. Yeah, it is about our love. We started this thing together. I am sorry that I never consulted maybe, but I had a good intention. The intention was to buy land. Yeah. So sometimes people don't get to see the positive bit of the conflict. They just go to the negative. And I think one of the things that help us in solving those conflicts is by looking at the positive side of the conflict. Yeah. And like those minor things, and it's not about those things, because those things eventually zitaisha, but your love will always be there. Yeah. Like kama sahi, like if tukosane, that yo uchungu ya roho, wanasemanga uchungu ya roho is the most painful nini. Unaweza poteza gari, nyumba, mali na nini, but when we lose our love together, inakuwa like yeah.
And also just agreeing to disagree, and him having that attitude that he's talked about makes us not usually have so much conflict. So when you know, like, this is a person you love, it just gives you more grace to forgive them and let the issue go. Yeah. So it just kind of helps us it works for us. Yeah. We usually enjoy watching movies together, but there is someone half of the time who is usually asleep. I won't say who, and I'm not pointing fingers, but there's someone.
Si nakuanga there for you tukianza.
You are usually there for me. Yeah. You watch it halfway.
So tuseme tunapenda kucuddle tukiwatch movie.
Yeah, we like cuddling when watching. Yeah, what else do we do? Going to the shop together. Yeah.
And like spending just time together.
Just spending time together for us.
It's a thing for us. Physically, like being there.
Yeah, contact, physical contact.
Yeah.
And the person being there with you, cooking together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're my black queen. It's written all over your face. And since the first time I saw you, my heart felt paragasha. If ningekuwa Mswahili, I could have said I love you
in Kiswahili.
In Kiswahili, in Kiingereza. But anyway, I appreciate you for the hard work that you have been, the wife that you have been, the supportive wife. Even the moments that I have faulted, you're quick to forgive, and I appreciate you for that. Thank you for being patient, even in the long distance, in the times that probably I have made, of course, jokes zingine. I took them too far, and then umejam, umeenda kukatakata kitunguu mbio na nini ukasafisha nyumba yote, which ulifanya poa. But I appreciate for just being patient with me, and I love you for that, and I can't wait to even spend the 80s and the 90s with you. We grow old together.
Aww.
And then we tunasaidiana na ako kamti, lakini hatutatumia ako kamti, si ndio?
Tutatumia ako kamti. Hatutabend.
Tutabend, si ndio? Hatutaenda ni mabend over, si ndio? So but I'm sure we'll enjoy and we'll have fun even in our old age.
Boo, I just want to say that you're the best thing that happened to me. I can't wait to see how handsome and how beautiful our children will be, because you are a hunk. My hunk. I love you so much. Nirudie tena. I love you so much, and you're my God's best, and you know, I don't regret making that decision for just having you be my God's best. Yes, I'm also looking forward to so many years of love and happiness together with you. Thank you for always being my #1 fan in everything, and also just being everything that you are. You're so patient, you're so loving, you're so kind. Yes, I love you so much, so much, and I also can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you.
Yes.
Aww.